All right, I believe we're live. Come on, speed up here. Looks like it, and we are.
Yep.
Welcome to Out of the Draft podcast. We got the original panel. We got Dylan here, also
And I'm always here, so Mitchell.
the guy who's here 55% of the time, aka Stat Boy here. uh, well, how's y'all's weeks going?
Good.
Pretty good.
That's good.
Chilling.
Same here. Uh, guess we'll jump right on into this weekend. We were at Michigan International Speedway for
Well,
the Xfinity and Cup race, and then we were at Gateway for the Truck Series starting on Friday, and we'll go right into there. Mitch, you can start us off with the Truck Series.
um, for what I saw of it, it was an okay race. Whenever the power eventually went out, I had to go to bed. It was too late at that point. But stage one, at least, yeah, they finished stage 1 and 2, I think. I don't know. It was an alright race. Not a lot of passing. Seemed like normal gateway type thing. Sheldon Creed dominated. That's about it. I know some wrecks happened late, but
Also got Haley Deegan get best finish of 7th.
Yeah,
where
I didn't get to see any of the race actually. I did actually no, I'm lying. I did see the end of it. But I saw on the very last lap they didn't show it on the broadcast of the thing, but the reason why Deegan went from 10th to 7th was because
I saw the replay, yeah, like
uh,
3 cars washed up in turn 1 and 2.
yeah, Taylor Gray decided to be himself and of course dump someone and
Yeah,
yeah, sent him off in turn 1. I'm sure Ryan Truex wasn't too happy about that, but
I'm sure.
that's kind of been Ryan's career. Unfortunately, other people's
For real.
mistakes and he gets involved. So, um, sorry to hear that, but congrats to Haley Deegan because it wasn't just because there was a lot of wrecks doesn't mean she didn't have a fast race car.
Right. Because she did have a good truck that night. She was running around 15th, high 15th.
Yeah, I mean, it was I I think she was running 12th before even the big wreck happened. That took
Right.
out a lot of people, um, and it wasn't like she was slow. So,
Right.
and plus she's also said before the race even started, she loves this racetrack. It creates great driving um, and it creates like really good skill to actually hit each corner consistently. So,
Right.
proud of her and all that she can do. It shows that she's not just there because of Monster, right? You know, so like,
Right.
um, but I honestly I can't wait to next year when she actually has practice, because
I
like
agree.
because I know a lot of people say great race car drivers don't need practice. Well, it does when you're young, you know, like you do. I mean,
Right.
like to
I
get
don't know if she
involved,
also needed it last season.
especially going from a K&N car slash ARCA versus to a truck is like that's like driving an SUV versus a sports car, right? So like
Right.
it's a very heavy, can't really turn. You just gotta have to manhandle it really. Um, so I don't know. I honestly just can't wait till next year where we actually have practice qualifying. In
Yeah,
general.
I miss it. I miss it.
Um, but congrats to Sheldon Creed locking himself into the next round as well. Looks like all the all the drivers that finished in the top 5 those in the playoffs really has a good head over the rest of the field
Right.
from all the accidents and so on and so forth. Um, did we talk about Hocevar last week about getting his extension? Did we say that? I think we
I
did.
think so.
Okay. Well, anyways, he came off of an up and down day, but ended up finishing right behind Haley in 8th. So, congrats to
Not
him
bad.
after all the accidents he was in. Um, that was kind of most of our. That was most of the race, right? Other than that, the outage.
Hmm.
Um, well then, I guess we can jump right into the Xfinity race. I did y'all watch any of it? I don't
I didn't
remember.
see any of it. No.
I watched some of it.
I don't
I
remember
didn't really
watching a
pay attention
thing.
though.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
I think I just had it on in the background while I was doing
Um,
something.
I do know that Austin Cindric got wrecked early. Um,
Like 34 laps in, something like that.
yeah, it looked like he was like the second best car behind um, Gibbs at the beginning of the race until
Hmm.
that whole situation happened. Um, I think Austin did end up winning stage one though. Still,
I think he did. Yeah.
uh, stage two probably went to I don't know who it went to, but um,
Thing.
Um, who did one say two?
was it Allgaier?
Hang on, I got it.
Maybe.
I'm
I
trying to. I can't remember.
want to say
Um,
Burton, maybe.
Why is this not popping up? There we go.
no, didn't he have like really bad troubles at the beginning of the race?
I don't know. That's it.
Yeah,
It was Allmendinger. It was Allmendinger.
it was Allmendinger. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, he did win it. Okay.
Well,
That's
and
the
then
feature
he
from
also ended
Allmendinger
up winning
and
the race
Allmendinger.
as well.
Right.
So that man's on a roll. He wins a Cup race the weekend before, comes and wins a 2 mile oval, high speeds, in his Chevy Camaro. That's really cool to see for colleague, especially because that whole group is cool. Um,
Right.
I'm excited to see who they put in the 11 next year when Justin Haley moves up. So
Me. I was thinking about that the other day, and I don't remember who I was thinking about.
I think Zane Smith would be a perfect fit.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad.
Um,
Matty D, if he doesn't get a cup run.
that's good too. Because Matt Collig is really good on like Cinderella stories, so um, that would be cool. I think actually Matt would win a race in the Xfinity series. So
I agree. I think he would.
um, let alone maybe contender for a championship. I'm
Right.
trying to think. Yeah, I don't. I mean, not really good Chevy truck guys I'm thinking of besides Creed, but I mean, his career kind of got busted after the whole spiel with Camping World, but
Well, yeah.
not really. It's just funny how how that is, but
Right.
um, yeah. Anyways, that's all I can say about the Xfinity race. I didn't really watch it, so um, here we are. We can move on to Sunday. It started off um, green flag in the air with Kyle Larson and his teammate Chase Elliott to the inside of him because Larson picked the outside. Um, it was pretty much a drafting NASCAR Heat 5 super speedway type of race.
Yeah.
It literally 3 cars could pull away from the field, but the leader could not get away at all. Like that was one thing that they really made this package work. They finally made what they wanted to see. Now, was it great? I mean, it was fun to see. It was fun to watch, but yet at the same time, it was very aggravating as a real race fan, right? But
Right.
because there was only a total. I counted how many passes for the lead. It was only total under 3 under green passes for the lead. That does not count the first lap of a restart. So, or green flag pit stops. So after a first lap of a restart, and after any pit stops, there's only 3 passes for the lead.
Right.
And they were all Hendrick Motorsports drivers. 1 Chase, 1 Larson, 1 Willie B. Um, that to me is not okay. right? Um, not saying that you have to have passing for the lead to have a good race. That's not what I'm
Right.
saying. But you can tell that there was faster drivers during a part of the race, but I think those three end up being the fastest cars until you
Right.
got stuck back in traffic. Um, which um, under stage 2, the 5 and the 9 was looking well. Anyway, stage 1. We'll go back to stage 1. Chase passed Larson. That was his only green flag pass. Passed Larson and took the stage 1 win. And that was pretty much it. Stage 2, he was leading. Larson was kind of pushing him, working together in the draft. I mean, over the radio they were saying, "Hey, let me have the high side in the corner so I can save my tire, and then I'll push it down the straightaway to get rid of the field." Which that was that was really teammates working together like a restrictor plate. That was cool.
Right.
Well, like, and literally Kyle Busch even said on the radio, "I need teammates up here." Like, that's crazy to think about. Like, what's your thoughts on that? Like, I don't know. Like,
That's interesting. I wish I'm bummed I missed that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I mean, could you imagine it becoming like a tandem style race
yes,
at Michigan? That'd be
that's literally
crazy.
yes. It was crazy. Like drafting that in the
Only
straightaways,
yeah,
and all of
the
a sudden
final
they
stage
then
What?
They do it.
worked again.
Well, yeah. That's
Uh,
interesting though. We haven't seen stuff like that in a while. Even just racing, we don't really see teammates really work together like that at normal tracks. That's pretty cool to see.
yeah, it was definitely interesting to see. Um, it was cool. Austin Dillon was super quick. He finished second or
Right.
third. Third, yeah, third in stage 2. Or stage 3. Sorry, no, I'm sorry, stage 1.
I don't think you finished that high.
Yeah, sorry, I was trying to go back. And then so like going on stage 2, like they were working all together. Austin Dillon was still running really fast, as well. Now they did have to pit right before the end of the stage, but the 5 and the 9 decided to take 4 tires, but the Joe Gibbs Racing teammates decided to take 2, so they can come down pit road, even with 5 to go after they pitted till the stage. So
Right.
that gave Kyle Busch the win in stage 2, but coming across the line for 6th place. Austin Dillon and Brad Keselowski were side by side. They crossed the start finish line. It looks like that a racing deal that he was trying to side draft, and he thought, since we crossed the finish line, he's going to just let off right away.
Right.
Austin kind of got hooked by the two right into the wall and ended his day, and he gained a lot of points until that point on Reddick.
He was. I mean, I didn't watch, but I think I watched like a preview or a video talking about it or whatever. That I think with that finish, actually had tied Reddick at that moment, and then wrecked.
Yeah, well, yeah, if he would have finished there in the race as well.
Oh, and then, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
so like I don't know why they do that. They should wait until after
Yeah.
each moment, But Reddick, of course, or Austin Dillon was super upset.
No, I'm sure.
Brad said he was sorry over the radio, but honestly, in my perspective, it looked like
He came up.
the 3 came up. I mean, yeah,
He definitely came up a little.
I get like where he would have been mad. I mean, yeah, why are you side drafting me after the start finish line? But he's not gonna just pull away.
Right. As soon as they get there, it just doesn't work that well. But
I mean, I don't know. I think it was a racing deal, mostly.
yeah, I mean, definitely racing deal. Austin shouldn't have come up. Obviously, he should have stayed down there. He was down there at that point anyway. I don't know if he hit a bump, made a move right a little bit, or what. But
well, it looks like
at the
he
same
did,
time,
too.
yeah, it almost looked like he hit a bump. Yeah, and it kind of just went straight rather than keep arcing a little bit. But the two could have also not really tried to side draft because I think if you were looking at the start finish line, because that's what they're going to, and you see Dylan ahead of you that far, like you just kind of know. Like I feel like you don't like he's got it, you know.
Yeah,
Right.
I
So
agree.
I feel like coming to the checkered, you could back off a little bit because you know you ain't getting there. But and that could prevent stuff like this, I guess. But at the same time, points are important, so you got to
Yeah.
I just
try.
like what Richard Childress said.
I agree. I saw that comment today.
I
Did you
might
see it,
be
Dylan?
old, but I'd beat his ass.
Well, no, I was just saying like he was telling Austin to go beat his ass. I guess.
I mean, he was talking about himself.
You
Yeah.
remember when he hit Kyle Busch?
Who?
Richard Childress.
He hit Kyle Busch?
Yeah, you didn't know about that?
When did this happen?
I think this was like this would have been like it was like a week or two after the Darlington incident with Harvick, Boyer, and Bush. It was like a week or two after that,
Mm.
and I think like I don't know, like they were still having a little bit of a feud with words at that point. And I guess like Joe just walked up to him in the garage, told him to like shut the fuck up or something, and punched him. Like legit.
That's funny. I've
Yeah.
never seen that. Like, I've never even heard of that, actually.
I don't think there's a video of it, but I know it happened.
Um, but that's set up for a. So it's set up for stage 3, um, which the 5, the 9, the 24, we're all going to stay out to be the leaders. But the 9 actually came down pit road with the Joe Gibbs Racing people, which was a weird move. But come to find out after the race that he had a loose wheel on the left side, so they just wanted to go ahead and fix it instead of make that chance.
Right.
Which that kind of ruined his day. It kind of honestly ruined all the Joe Gibbs Racing guys besides Hamlin's day at that point, because yeah, when you're stuck in traffic, it's not like you couldn't pass, but everyone was trying to pass, so it was really hard to.
Right.
But Hamlin, he was ripping the wall in that resin, which I think that worked way better than the PJ1, by the way.
Yeah.
He was ripping the high side a little bit, and he passed, got all the way up to P4, and then pit stops happen again for stage 3, and then so it's set up to be Willie B, Larson, Hamlin, and Kurt Busch right in 4th. Is that the guy in 4th? I believe so. But so those 4 drivers were pulled away from the field, and then you had they were all good to go on fuel, so on and so forth. William was first, Larson second, and Larson was like, "I'm not gonna move, so just let me have the top to give me the run, and then I'll push it down the straightaways just like I did Chase." And that worked out before. And that was working really well until all of a sudden they started raining in turn 3. And then that caution came out for rain, which it was over in like 5 minutes anyways. With 20 to go. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Maybe because I'm talking so much. But yeah, and then that's set up for a huge like craziness for the rest of the race, because like it took about 20 laps for the field to even spread out. So
Right.
with that, we were gonna see Talladega style of wrecks,
Right.
and we did. I mean, literally, this hat is not working for me today.
I can tell.
I'm gonna just take it off.
Kurt Busch was in 4th, by the way.
Sorry.
I like how you said I'm just gonna take it off. Took it
I
off.
was talking about the headphones so I could fix it.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to
thought
fix
you-
it with it on, but
Right. Yeah, I'm sure that was pretty fun as a spectator to watch that style of racing, but at the same time, it doesn't really showcase any fast cars or anything like that. It's who can keep the momentum going in the right direction.
yeah.
Um, That's all I have to say.
Um,
I don't know anything else about the race, so.
and then it came down to a late race restart after a huge wreck in the back with Tyler
All
Reddick,
with
Joe,
like Logano sideways.
yeah,
Yeah, I saw
Logano,
the video of that one.
Josh Berry, and all so on and so forth. Um,
I love how Truex just stood in it. He was like, "Yeah, I'm not letting off of Joey's bumper."
now he did. Uh, honestly, Chase calls the rest of the field to wreck because he cut the nose of the 38, and then the 38 spun the rest of the field. So I don't.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was pretty funny actually, watching it as no one ever caught that, but I could see the 9 push the 38 down and then it wrecked the field.
Right.
That's why Newman and all of them got into it. So I thought that was pretty funny. But and then it set up for William being the leader. Denny was second when the caution came out. Larson third, and then Blaney fourth. But of course, the choose cone, William of course took the top, and then Denny of course took behind him because that was preferred. If you weren't going to be the leader, you wanted to start behind the leader because you get the momentum down the back.
Right.
But so Ryan Blaney took the inside, so he was starting next to the 24, and then you had Kyle Busch behind him. So the green flag waves for, I guess it was 5 to go or something like that. And then Denny tried to make a 3 wide pass on the outside in the resin, but while doing that, the 24 blocked and was still hooked onto his bumper. So they were both pushing up the racetrack as this was happening. And then Ryan Blaney got a good push from Kyle Busch, and then took the lead as well. And then it wasn't enough time for the 24 or the 5 to get a good momentum to get around because it took a couple laps to kind of get the air to work in your favor.
Right.
But I think if one more lap, I really don't think Blaney would have had it. I think if they were coming to the white flag with coming to the checkered, I think the 24 would have passed him easily. Just because it was just Blaney just didn't have the car that the other guys did.
Right.
But congrats to Ryan Blaney. That's his first multi-win year in his career.
Really?
Yeah, so he's only won once. It's 2017, 2018, 19, and 2020. And then he finally won this year for twice. So,
wow.
Congrats to that. That is really cool to see. And all his wins are, besides the Larson, he beat Larson at Atlanta, all his wins are under a half of a second. Which is,
yeah, I saw that.
It's crazy.
It really is. I don't know if I typed it to the chat or not, but when I saw that, I think I did. But I said he's going to be the new closer.
Yeah. I don't think you said that, but I said that in my brain a lot.
Yeah, that's what I definitely said. I meant to text it too, but it's just interesting, just happened to be right place, right time. Obviously excluding Atlanta a little bit, but even then still, I guess. It's a cool stat, I guess. He shows that's all you need.
Hey.
You just need the bumper, that's it.
You only need a 100th of a second, really.
Yeah.
But congrats to Ryan Blaney. That's cool. Of course, so it was funny seeing my family watch the race because you had Kylie, the Ryan Blaney fan, my dad, the William Byron fan, my mom, the Kyle Larson fan, and they're all coming to the checkered. And I was like, yeah, I'm just sitting there back in 8th. Well, this is fun. But the racing in general, though, Ryan Blaney, did y'all see what he said in one of his interviews? Not at the racetrack, but in the media. They asked him what was his thoughts about driving that type of car and the horsepower / package. And he was like, 3 years ago we had to drive the race car, right? Today we have to drive the air. Um, and he was like, it's just a different style, different technique, but it's not like we're not driving. We still have the hang out to the car. We still have to like do the things we normally do. It's just in a different type of race, different type of style. He said, but that's what the best drivers adapt to anything. Um, and so he was like, with the next gen, it won't even be like this in general. Like even if we run the same horsepower, the car is going to be completely different. So,
Right.
And he was just like, it was cool the way he said it. He was like, I'm not going to complain whatever I drive as long as I'm driving, I'm having fun. So, that was cool to see. And he said that he loves racing like the way he was doing. Like he was like, I also love to have the car sideways, right? He said, but he can tell that he wasn't upset with the package.
Right.
Obviously, he was the winner, so he's not going to be upset either way.
Right.
But some drive you can just tell a difference.
Right.
But that was cool to see because this is a big thing over Twitter this week, about the package, because this is the first time we saw what NASCAR wanted to see.
Right.
The field not get spread out, drafting, and the lead was under a second the whole time. So I think it was fun. It was exciting to watch, but would I want to see Daytona and Talladega every week? No.
No. Yeah, no.
I mean,
And then on top of that, I feel like you also said, there's only 3 green flag classes.
yeah,
Just the fact of having all the cars grouped together, you would think that number would be higher, and it produced the opposite. So that's something to be looked at. If they can figure out how to group them up, I guess, since they want them like that, and then also make passing available, then that might be better. But
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it was great. I think it was a good race. Honestly,
but
I don't care what package they ran. There's no way a 750 horsepower package would have created that.
right,
I mean, that's just impossible. But would it create better racing overall? I think so. But to see what we saw, I don't think it definitely could have never done anything like that.
right,
But so this is coming from a fan who understands the vehicle, right? To search for that new fan that NASCAR is trying to find and to gain viewers, that's exactly what we wanted to see. I literally, the cars are on top of each other. Like,
right,
you never knew who was going to take the lead. So, like,
right,
obviously the leader was the same person the whole time, but you could just feel the intensity.
right.
So, I mean, I think NASCAR was happy. That's good. I
Yeah.
think all the drivers looked happy. I mean, Hamlin was like, that was the most fun I've had in a long time. I mean, he's probably
Interesting.
he's probably the one that hates this package the most.
Right,
So like, I don't know. I mean, I think I'm afraid that's where we're going. I mean, I knew that's where we're going, but I don't see us going away from that with what we just
right,
saw.
right,
And I don't know. I hope. I mean, still the best driver and the best team will rise to the occasion, no matter what.
right,
I mean, look at the teams that has the most wins, right? Hinder Motorsports, Joe Gibbs. Best teams. Rise to the
Yep.
occasion. And the drivers that win, right? All 8 of those drivers have won. The best drivers, right?
Hamlin has a one.
Oh, that's right. Okay, 7 of the 8. Sorry. keep forgetting that Hamlin hasn't won. That's crazy to me. But
You know who else hasn't won that starts with an H?
Perfect.
yeah.
Yep, sadly.
Yeah, but he's also not driving
He's
the
not
best
wrong.
team either.
Yeah.
Uh,
They're not there. That's all
but
right though. They'll
but
win this week.
um, old 2007 type of win right here.
Right?
That'd be beautiful. I'd love to see another crazy finish
I'll
without a
never
wreck.
forget that. Right.
versus Hamlin.
Ooh, that would be good. Oh, Mark got loose. Sorry, I just made me think about that. Anyways, but congrats to Ryan Blaney. We don't really have a lot of news this week,
No.
but we can go ahead and start off saying we want to give our thoughts and prayers to. I want to say his name right, so hold on, give me a second. I don't want to be disrespectful.
Yeah, absolutely.
I just, Robin Miller
Oh man.
passed away.
Fine.
He was a fan, also a motorsports journalist for 40 years. um, he, I mean, I didn't really know any of his stuff. He passed away with cancer. So our apologies and thoughts and prayers with his family. Glad that he was in our sport at some point.
Absolutely.
But I don't really know what he did, so I'm sorry that I didn't know more information about the guy. Yeah, they don't really talk about what he did, so
I think he was just all over the place, like all over TV and radio and stuff.
yeah. Another news, not this weekend, but next weekend, Dylan Lupton will be driving the KBM 51 truck for Darlington. So, Dylan
Talking about
Lupton,
him in a while.
yeah, he hasn't been in the sport in like 3 years, so
At least. Yeah.
guy's got a really cool name, but Dylan's great.
Too many Dylans, man.
Yeah, I swear. Some of us got to go off.
I'd die if he just exited.
I thought about it.
News that came out today at GMS Racing that Jack Wood
That's right, Jack Wood.
will be racing full time in the 24 truck for GMS in 2022. So that's really good news, especially I think Jack Wood is a cool short track racer. Also runs a lot of dirt as well.
Right.
So I mean, he's got talent. He just never put the race together.
Right.
Some really bad news with NBC. They are not. Okay, this is from NBC. The race available will be live in 99% of the markets, which that means 99% of cities will be able to see it. But it will not be in Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Harrisonburg, Roanoke, and Lynchburg. I don't know where these. I mean, I know where Washington D.C. and Baltimore is, but I don't know where the others are. They cannot watch it on the NBC channel. They can only watch it on their app because of the preseason games of the NFL. So that's just not okay. I don't care.
Absolutely not.
Regular season finale, preseason games. I mean, don't know where NBC kind of get that mixed up.
Right.
Yes.
I think it's because NBC is like the main football channel out there
Really?
instead of Fox.
Probably, but I mean, if you're gonna be the main sports channel, then you need to provide more channels that offer your sport.
Yeah, and with NBC Sports getting cut
Exactly.
eventually, so I don't know.
Their priorities are not right, apparently.
NBC loves racing, though. I mean, because they telecast all the IndyCar, half of NASCAR, and then a lot of different other forms of motorsports as well. So they NBC loves racing. I just think they choose to move it. Like I like why would they even do that for? I don't know. I just think that's dumb. But
I agree.
um, what was the other news that we had?
Just the only other thing I got, we already touched on with Deegan. Being the first female to finish inside the top 10 in a truck race that's not Daytona.
Yeah.
Also, the fourth woman ever to do it not at a super speedway.
What?
She's the fourth woman ever to finish in the top 10 not at a super speedway.
It's crazy. Was that all the other stuff you had? Like,
Yeah, that's all I had.
yeah, we literally had no news this week.
Now, next week.
Yeah, next week I think we're gonna have a busy podcast.
Because I think a lot of deals, like contracts, will be announced before the playoffs. So, especially depending on who ends up being in the playoffs and who doesn't, it kind of like, yeah. So there is news about the vehicle. Oh, sorry.
What about Jesse Owuji and Emmett Smith?
Oh yes, that's right. You can go ahead and talk about that.
I saw that, but I don't know anything about it.
So Emmett Smith, former Dallas Cowboys Hall of Fame running back, is teaming up with Jesse Owuji to run full time in Xfinity. I don't know what car number.
That's good. I mean, more.
Actually, I think I did read that actually.
That's great. I mean, more owners from other sports want to invest in our sport.
Mm-hmm.
Is great. It's never a dull sign. Jesse's a really cool dude as well. If y'all have seen like his stuff, just like interviews, racing, or anything like that, he's a really cool guy.
Yeah, he is.
So he's gonna be racing for them. Obviously, this will be. Obviously, it won't be top tier because he hasn't been racing his whole life, but I think the more and more he does it versus once every 6 races, I think he'll end up increasing his racing ability. So hopefully we can see him in the top 20 in points. So
Right.
and who knows, he can win Daytona. I mean,
he could also just win. Period.
yeah. I mean, we never know. Talking about Daytona, though, we are going to Daytona this weekend, but the Cup Series is changing the vehicle that they've had since the Daytona. Since 2019 at Talladega, they've ran 510 horsepower with a wicker bill and a huge spoiler. Now we're keeping the big spoiler. But we're reducing. Do what?
The big ass spoiler.
Yeah, the big ass spoiler is staying there. But we're reducing our horsepower from 510 to 450. But we're also not adding the wicker bill to the rear spoiler. That should reduce some of the runs. They still believe that it will create a lot of runs, just not as big of a hole. Which that created, less carnage, less flips, less airborne, so on and so forth. I mean, obviously we never want to see a car get airborne, but physics, that's impossible, depending on how fast they're going. Hopefully it doesn't screw the racing like we've seen beforehand.
I don't think it will.
I don't think it will. But I'm afraid, I'm really afraid that, because we've seen the best super speedway racing the last couple of years, I think we've ever seen.
Yeah, I agree.
It's super aggressive, super, it doesn't matter if it's lap 1 or lap 188, you want to get to the front.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, I just hope it doesn't, I don't think it'll change, but especially since it's being the last race of the playoffs, or before the playoffs. I don't think the aggressiveness will change. I just hope that we can still build the runs to create the wild chaos. But just I
Right.
do want to see them have at least 20 cars at the finish, because when we have less than 10, that's when the race just looks stupid. No offense, it just
Yeah, it does. It does.
2020 clash.
exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
Uh,
It looks unorganized. Everyone don't know what they're doing, and it's
and then
Imagine
remember who won
they
that
get
race
into the
too.
playoffs.
yeah, with a fucking horrible looking car and another horrible looking car pushing him. right.
I mean, that wasn't even on the lead lap. And then Jeff
Right.
Gordon's like, "Oh look, well Denny Hamlin make a move." Like what the hell?
Bro, I was dead. I was like, dude, are you not watching? Like,
I think he was just so excited. Like that was his like.
right.
I missed the clash at the Super Speedway. Why did
Yeah,
we even change that this year?
I hope we go back to that because
I mean, it was entertaining this year.
it was
It-
no, it was disappointing.
It was okay.
The finish was good.
The finish was great, right?
Yeah.
But just like, it's just more excited when it's pack racing. I don't know.
Exactly.
Die.
That literally just contradicted what I said earlier about last week's race. But whatever.
It really does.
Like, yeah,
It's funny.
but okay, 4 races out of the year, you can have pack racing, right?
Mhm.
16 races out of the year, what are you doing? Like, is like stretching, like
Right.
you're just trying to create chaos. But it is what it is. Do y'all have anything else
God
before
damn it.
picks? I mean, we can go on to picks if y'all like.
Just
Hold
go.
on, let me just scroll through real quick on NASCAR.
Okay, you're good. I'm pulling up the NASCAR app so I can. By the way, Thomas did not send picks this week, so to all the fans
yeah.
that really like Thomas, so Cody, if you really like Thomas, sorry about your luck. Like what I did there.
Yeah, I did.
I really okay. I never knew this.
What?
So if you go to Race Center on the NASCAR app and you look at
Mhm.
track info,
Mhm.
it tells you what the caution speed is. Why?
Oh, it's good to know though.
70 miles per hour caution speed. That's funny. I just looked at the Xfinity's name for the race and I was like, what the hell?
That's it.
The Wawa 250.
Why is that funny?
The Wawa?
It's a
You know what Wawa is?
Yes.
Okay.
It's funny.
wow, wow. It's the sound the cars make.
Wawa.
Yeah, just imagine like the AJ Allmendinger crossing the start finish line for the Wawa 250.
Not that weird.
You need a
That's
weird
like the
name.
Bushy McBush race.
No, that's a great race name.
Yeah, and like Kyle Busch won it, literally.
Exactly. You couldn't expect anything less out of a Bush.
We need a road trip back. Invite you back to race this weekend. Wow trip.
Well, all right.
I wish Bubba Wallace was in this race. The Wawa Wallace crossing the start finish line.
Whoa, Wallace.
All right.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Did you have anything?
No.
Okay. So Friday, which is tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be racing at Daytona International Speedway for the Xfinity Series, for the Wawa 250. AJ Allmendinger will be starting on the front row, side Noah Gragson. So, who's going to suck at Daytona? And you can say the field. Joker.
Justin Haley.
What?
Justin Haley.
The stats don't say that for him.
That's a bold pick, actually.
It really is. I think Austin Cindric is going to suck.
Literally won Daytona earlier.
You can't do both.
You
Not
can't
him.
do both. Not him. Y'all ready for this?
Yeah.
Who am I gonna pick? I don't even know, dog. AJ Allmendinger's gonna suck this week.
That's a lie.
That's a bold pick.
That's bold. So, who needs a good run for the Xfinity Series?
Brandon Jones.
Brandon Jones.
His career needs a good run.
Oh, well. That's a good.
Good run for me. AJ Allmendinger. He's going to be riding that wave of success, and I think it's going to push him at least to a stage win. I think, if not more.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Ryan Sieg is going to work with all his Ford buddies, which is only two of them. But, and he's going to have a good run this week.
That's a hell of a Ford buddy group there.
I know. Austin Cindric, Chase Briscoe, and
Let's go.
yeah, he's racing this weekend.
Oh. So then is there 4 Fords then?
Yeah, there's 4 Fords.
Oh, okay. They said 3. Oh, that's interesting. What car's
Three
Briscoe?
other. Sorry.
Yeah. What car's Briscoe in the 99?
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
It's gonna be fun to see.
That's still a hell of a pack of people, though. Weird combo, all 4 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it will be. Who's gonna win?
Michael Annett.
God, I hope not. Oh man, could you imagine though?
So depressed.
I'm going with Jeb Burton to get a second super speedway win this year. I think his teammates are gonna push him to it.
Say it then.
Daniel Hemrick.
No.
I always like it when I pick Daniel Hemrick. I'm like, yeah, I feel good about it, and then he just disappoints me every time.
The one time I picked him, Kyle Busch crashed him.
Yeah. Last time I picked him, he was running the lead. Kyle Busch wrecked him. So,
There
Kyle
you go,
Busch not in the
sometimes.
race.
Yeah, that's true. But
Anybody want to say the Cup
Yeah.
Series? Yeah.
Saturday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, we have the Coke Zero 400. It is a 160 lap race, 400 miles of course. Larson is your pole winner with Willie B to his outside. Who's gonna suck?
Chase Elliott.
Not bad.
Kyle Larson.
Interesting. I said Kyle Busch. No particular reason. It's Daytona.
All right.
You're gonna run good.
Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
I debated that.
I just changed it.
We just talked about him winning a Clash. Eric Jones. He's really good at super speedway racing.
He has one win at the Clash.
His first win.
Oh yeah,
at Daytona.
Okay, that's right.
2018.
Sorry about that. All right. My good run. I'm gonna go with Ryan Blaney. I don't necessarily know if he's gonna have one. I could see it because he is good at Daytona as well. But I also am curious to see if his team can allow him to have a good run because we've seen him win once a year. I learned that today, but once a year previously to this year anyway. But so it doesn't seem like he ever kind of backs his wins up. It's just they pop up out of nowhere and then he's gone the next 5 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm really curious to see if he can continue and build on good momentum. And I think that's a good track to possibly do that at, but I don't know.
For sure.
Yep. I'm gonna go. Denny Hamlin wins.
Bold.
It's not.
So
Yeah, it is.
So I do believe the Toyotas are going to dominate. But they're going to be pushing the driver that isn't in the playoffs. Bubba Wallace gets his first career win.
He doesn't trust his teammates at super speedways.
Don't know about that. I do think Toyotas will be strong. That's funny that you said that. That's just my personal opinion. But I think we are going to see a first-time winner. It's not going to be Bubba Wallace. They're also going to win their way in to the final 16. And that's going to be Daniel Suarez with his first career win.
I can see that.
Dude, I'm so glad we all went on a... Well, besides the Denny Hamlin one. But don't forget, we're also racing for a regular season championship this weekend. Only 22 points separating Denny Hamlin and Kyle Larson. Larson, of
That's
course,
a wreck.
that is literally 2 stages.
Or that, yeah.
And it's over, right? And
If they each win one and then they're side by side coming to the finish.
What?
What if they each win one and then they're side by side coming to the finish?
Well, depending on who would win.
Obviously.
But
I don't know, man. I have a weird feeling about this race.
yeah, I think it's gonna be wild.
I think it's gonna be something we will never forget. I just have a feeling.
Like I said earlier when we were racing NASCAR Heat 5, I think we could see something like that one day wreck that we saw Stewart on top of the field.
Yeah, I'm sure we can because
I think we're seeing that like that.
So, I'm gonna be curious to see how the Hinder guys drive this race because usually 3 of them are locked in and then 1 of them is out, so they kind of help that. Since all 4 of them are locked in, I kind of want to see if they kind of be selfish because they never are at the super speedways. That's one thing Hinder has never been.
I could see Bowman winning.
Bowman, you said?
A lot of people
I
winning.
can see him winning.
I honestly, I am not counting out anybody. Like this field with Ricky Stenhouse in the field.
Cody Ware, bro.
Okay.
Ryan Newman.
To the front.
No, I mean this in all seriousness. With Ricky Stenhouse in the field, either he's gonna win the race or wreck the field. I'm dead serious.
Yeah, especially in desperation. I mean,
Yeah.
we've seen him do it every time, damn
We
near.
basically saw it last year with Tyler Reddick.
Yeah, and I think Reddick is going to struggle because I think he's gonna have this pressure on him, right? Because he knows if anybody wins below him, he's out, no matter what, right? And I think he shouldn't points race because that is the dumbest thing he could possibly do.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it ain't going to do him any good at all. I mean, if I guess you find yourself in that position to where you might,
Yeah.
by all means,
If you
take
end
it.
up up
But,
there, keep it.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, absolutely. But if not,
But,
drop to the back, man.
exactly. I'd ride at the back because
Yeah.
you need to finish the race. That's
I mean, yeah, Austin
Yes.
Dillon can technically get 20 points on you through the stages, and you're only 25 back, right? But I mean, at some point, you gotta realize like there's a bigger picture, like
Right.
that the rest of the field. I mean, Chris
Right.
Busher. I mean, let's just I won't just name these guys off because anybody outside this playoff picture it could win. All right, so you have Chris Busher, or I'm gonna start off Austin Dillon has won the Daytona 500. Matty D, literally great at super speedways, always up front at the end. Chris Busher, just all around good driver. You know, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. 2 career wins, both at super speedways. Ross Chastain, super aggressive on super speedways. Bubba Wallace, super aggressive on super speedways. I literally saw it this year, starting off with the Clash, or starting off with the duels, and then the 500, and then of course at Dega he won a stage.
He has speed.
So if he can, if he will stay focused and just work with his team and the Toyotas,
he's gonna be in good shape.
Yeah, he's gonna be in good shape because I really think they're gonna be pushing. Because there's only 5 Toyotas in the field. So Briscoe, literally good at he's Briscoe. So Eric Jones, Daniel Suarez, Ryan Newman, always he's either flipping or he's finishing, right? I mean, it's just
he takes bring it home, or I can't think of the saying, man.
Bring it home or fly it home. I like either way.
No, but I mean, I guess he does that too.
And then of course, yeah. I mean, literally the rest
top
of
30 to make it right.
Yeah, top 30. So you got.
I could see Corey LaJoy doing it.
Yes, Corey LaJoy, Anthony Alfredo. Just imagine like a huge wreck, and then like it's only the back markers, right? Like,
right.
God.
Bro, could you imagine though if it if it's literally like who is like 30th in points and down?
Oh, I don't know.
Anthony Alfredo, Josh Billicky, Quinn Houff, James Davison, Jamie McMurray.
All right, well, obviously not Jamie McMurray, but what if a big ass wreck did happen like that, and those were the guys left?
I mean, Derek Coates 42nd, so. With his 1 point to the season.
Bro, I wouldn't know what to fucking think. You'd probably have like Jones come flying by them all with a piece of shit wrecked car.
Like he is gonna be good. He's gonna be someone that I'm watching out for real though, because like
he's gonna be aggressive. It's his last shot. So
yeah, and like all the super speedways he's ever raced, he's led every single super speedway he's ever raced. He's won points race, one clash that we talked about, and he was going to win at Dega last year, until Ryan Blaney
destroyed him.
Yeah,
you're right. He would have won that one.
Yeah, so I mean, Jones
Blaney,
is good.
Nope.
So.
And he doesn't have to worry about a contract extension now. He'll be good.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, I did forget to say that, by the way.
Yeah, he's gonna be he can be a big threat to it all.
Yeah, and then Suarez. I mean, literally,
Exactly.
I think HMS is probably gonna work with Suarez. In my opinion, I think that's who they're gonna work with. I think
either that or the RCR, but.
Yeah, but just imagine like.
Did you see Daytona 500 earlier this year? There's Chevys from top to bottom.
That was beautiful. What the fuck is that?
What are you doing?
Sticking a pencil in a fan.
I thought my computer was buzzing, dog.
Good to know.
But this weekend, this race is about to be exciting. We're having a party at our house actually for it.
Yeah, that's
we're
cool.
having a party for a hurricane.
What?
We're having a party for a hurricane.
What a hurricane.
Y'all having a hurricane?
Supposed to.
I didn't know that.
It's not near you.
Well, it's got to be pretty close to me if you're getting hit by it.
It's not. Where is it?
Go to my hurricane app. We have those down here.
Yeah, we only have lightning haps over here.
Oh damn, that's like going like right to you. Yeah. Is it gonna be a hurricane though? Oh yeah, it's projected in Category 2 as it makes landfall.
I won't get the Cat 2 part, so it'll be fun.
Oh, there's only 2 right now, just that and Nora. Oh,
By the
we
way,
went. Just went
Bubba,
to checking the weather.
by the way, Bubba's paint scheme this weekend. I don't care if he wins or not. I'm
Sick.
still get.
It's-
I'm still getting that diecast.
Yeah, I kind of want that diecast as well. I have a Columbia hat, and they make great shit. But
Yeah, literally. So, um,
yeah,
uh, I just I can't wait. I
I
can't wait to
want
see that car in the track.
I want to get a PFG hat too, or
I
shirt.
I got one. I just don't wear it because there's a reason. There's a reason why.
Okay.
Yeah, but I got tons of hats. I literally look at the one just sitting there.
Um, Yeah, I got a bunch. I got my Custer signed one. Yeah.
Take the sticker off.
No,
Yes.
why does people no?
I do for like my normal ones, but this hat ain't like it's not even leaving the house. So like,
Yeah, it's a signed hat. You don't take a sticker off.
yeah, it
I
ain't
take
even
a
leaving
sticker
the house.
off. Yeah.
Yeah, I got this one and like 5 Harvick hats, a bunch of fishing hats.
All my chase hats are in Kylie's car. You know why?
Why?
Because I just leave them in there. Like we go somewhere, go on a date, and then we get back in the car, take it off. I just leave it in the back seat. They have 6 hats in the back seat.
I don't take my hat off. And once it's on for a good minute.
Well, I take it off after, like we're done. Right?
Still, I would keep it on even 4 or 5 hours after we got back.
Really, you wear a hat in the house?
Yeah.
Well, no. Well, this is different because we're doing the video thing. But like I'm
Yeah,
saying,
all
like,
day, every day. I wear hats all day, every day.
oh, okay.
I'm gonna be a bald man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hats will stop the growth. Make it grow slower.
Not these luscious locks.
A beard hair is longer than your head hair.
I was about to say, what is that?
Hair.
Looks like your armpit hair.
That's my shoulder.
I got shoulder hair. I got a lot.
What the hell?
You got shoulder hair?
He doesn't have any hair. You can't see his.
No, I'm not a hairy person. Literally, I only grow here, and then, yeah.
You didn't even have to reference.
No, yeah, it's just like,
No, yeah, I got hair everywhere. Chest, stomach, arms, back. Everywhere.
yeah. I honestly, I barely grow hair like under my arms. Like it's light.
I don't have much under my arms. I mean, I have it, but it's light.
Yeah, this is such a weird conversation.
Yeah, we.
I just realized I was live. Just saying.
I know, we're going way out there live.
Sorry, Cody.
From weather to armpit.
From weather to pubes, here we are. Anyways, do y'all have much to say?
I'm looking forward to it. It's so last week the truck race was going to be the first race that I was going to be able to watch for 2 months now or so. I was super excited. Got halfway through the fourth red flag. Excited to see the end of it. So I only saw like 60 laps of racing. But so this week I'll finally actually be able to see both races, and I'm excited for them. I hope it's chaos. Other than that, nope, I ain't got nothing to say.
I'm good.
DCD looks like he's taking a test.
I'm not. Not yet.
Oh, excuse me.
Shit.
Do you have anything else to say?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh no, sorry. I was looking at a Twitter post.
Uh,
No, I'm good, man. Anyways, I hope we see a good, exciting race for the regular season finale to the playoffs.
regular season playoffs.
Yeah, pretty.
We have playoffs to get into the playoffs.
That's literally what it is. Um, I'm excited. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, I mean it's the nature of Daytona. You never know.
I I kind of like. I do want to say something actually before you head off. I actually miss, you know, um, Daytona not being on 4th of July weekend, right?
Yeah,
Um, but I gotta admit, last year's Daytona race lived up to its hype for the before the playoffs.
yeah, it really did live up to the hype, which I was honestly worried about.
Yeah,
Which I don't really know why it's Daytona, but
yeah,
I do agree though. I do miss it on July 4th weekend. I mean, obviously it was a tradition, and it just felt right. But I also understand why, like from being a Floridian. It's just the rain is so unpredictable here. One day it's raining, the next day it's not.
I know.
1 minute it's raining, the next minute it's not. So I get it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I also like having it in North America.
we have a
They
55%
have
chance
July.
that Saturday though.
Do they?
Yeah, but
I
it's
mean,
during the
Because of the day
day.
of hurricane.
Right.
Yeah, it's during the day. At night we have a 15% chance. So, I mean, I do believe we will get the race in though, like legit. I just
Right.
there may be a delay.
Yeah, 1650.
I mean, the race starts at literally 7:45. Like green flag is like
Yeah, and the
7:40.
race, for the race tomorrow, the rain ends at 5, so they should be able to go green 7:30, 8 at the latest, probably.
Oh wait, you can see that?
Yeah, I can see that up till tomorrow,
Oh,
11
you're on
p.m.
your. Never mind. I thought you were on like a radar.
Oh well, I mean, I can look at the radar too, but it ain't gonna show me all that. Not for tomorrow's. My radar shows me like the previous 3 hours, and then what the next 3 hours will be, something like that. We're once again talking about weather.
You gotta be like NASCAR.
I'm loading the radar. See what I could see. Yeah, some says rain till. Well, this app says that it's going to be raining and thunderstorming until 7. Some says it'll be a little later.
You see what car's gonna suck tomorrow?
What?
Not tomorrow. You see what car's gonna suck Saturday?
What car? Ooh. Facts, though. Facts.
What'd you say?
I said this car's gonna suck Saturday.
He's not amused.
He always sucks at Daytona. I never like expect anything great out of that guy.
I mean, he could have won this year if they didn't call it.
But he didn't.
But he didn't. Exactly.
That sucks.
Imagine being talentless.
Right?
He always wrecks with like 10 to go in Daytona.
What'd you say?
He always wrecks with like 10 to go in Daytona.
Yes, I know. Like he can lead like a bunch of laps at super speedways. And all of a sudden, wrecks 10 to go.
Lead laps from the pole.
Yeah. Just like his career, down the drain.
That's sad.
Already.
I hate all of y'all. Anyways, we're done with this podcast. Thanks for watching. Hope y'all have a great weekend. Hope you enjoy the race weekend. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, share with your mom, dad, grandparents, all the above, cousins, grandkids.